going on, you guys? How we doing? I have to turn that off. That was loud. How's everybody doing? Can you guys hear me all right? Hopefully everything's good. I haven't done this streaming thing in a while. We are back. Good to be with you guys. Hopefully everybody's doing well tonight. But yeah, I know the thumbnail's wrong. No, that you're just gonna get that on these big jobs. So excuse the mess in the background, guys. Got two kids, not a whole lot of time to do some cleaning. So what's going on, Nino? How you doing? Let's get into it. So today we're gonna talk about the race. I'm gonna play some Halo. I've been addicted to it again, so I'm gonna play some Halo. Relive 2009 for me personally. So should be fun. Should be a good time. If you guys aren't already, get into the Discord. You can join the conversation tonight. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. So let me join Discord call here. All right, guys, we are live on the air in the Discord. If you got, yeah, we're streaming. We are streaming over on YouTube.
I saw.
So we, if everybody, whoever's in chat, let me know how everybody else sounds. You guys just start talking amongst yourselves.
So, you like waffles or pancakes?
Waffles are clearly superior.
Waffles or honestly neutral. Honestly, I'm pretty neutral. Whichever one I get, I'll just eat 17 of them.
I say pancakes because the college waffle maker is always broken.
That's fair. That's fair.
Audio sounds good.
Audio sounds good on stream.
Just because I say
I checked
pancakes
the
is
live
a little
stream.
bit
The audio
easier.
was pretty good.
10 minutes
Cool.
ago, we were talking about microphone discrimination. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed that conversation.
It's just stupid funny.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Dang,
you'll get
random,
that sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, so who wants to kick it off? I mean, there's no real rhyme or reason to these things. I know that we used to go driver by driver. It's just, number one, I have to be done by 10 o'clock or else my wife will kill me because we both have to work tomorrow. And number two, I always just envision these just us kind of chilling, talking about the race, what we liked, what we didn't like, anything of note. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and kick the conversation off. I will say that I was dead wrong about my boy Jimmy. He did not perform. He did well in practice. He gave me false hope, and I'm going to eat crow. I gave a dogleg guarantee for a top 10, and he finished top 30 barely. So there we go.
I was
Same
wrong
here.
too because I thought he was
mine,
going to bring out a yellow. So I was wrong too.
Yeah, you know, the first day that you get your race profit roll, and you were wrong about the Jimmy Rex.
Hey, I got Stenhouse right.
Hey, at least he didn't spin out this time.
He did.
That's
He
progress.
You
kept the car clean. He did keep the car
his-
clean, right?
Yeah, when is his, what's it called? When is his next race? I forget.
Isn't he doing Charlotte? Oh, he is doing Kansas, isn't he? He's doing next week, right?
Yeah, I forgot which Kansas he's doing. Apparently, it's next week.
Isn't he making like 9 starts?
I think
right?
it's up to 10 now, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, hey, listen. No, he's not. He's no, he's not. He's learning for his team. He's a racer. I mean, his whole point is
Eric talking in the background. I saw that.
I'm not gonna say it since we're like live in front of a studio audience.
I mean, as long as it's not like anything that would go against community guidelines, go for it. We don't censor speech here.
No, well, yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to risk it because somebody said something similar on one of my streams, and YouTube kindly took it down.
Oh well, this isn't monetized. I mean, here's the thing: would you get canceled if you said it?
No, I'm not gonna get canceled, but I'm just whatever. It doesn't matter. Just move on.
Tech will go.
Go balls, do it.
No, all right. He doesn't want to. It's fine. But yeah,
it's good because Tech would have went after you probably. Especially if it was anything about Ty Dillon
or fuel saving. Is Tech in here by the way? I can't see who's in the Discord call.
No, he's not.
That is a rare occurrence right there.
Rare W by Tech.
You know, I will say this: Tech definitely brings interesting
Life.
conversation to life.
Oh yeah,
Interesting
definitely.
and annoying.
Yeah,
I'll still be in the
sometimes it's funny.
VC, but I think I'm gonna work on the Daytona stop motion race I'm making because I've only done like 1.5 laps.
All right.
Yes, that motion takes a hell of a lot of work, but Jimmy's schedule, at least what I can find, is the 500, Texas, Dover, Kansas on May 5th, Charlotte for the 600, the Brickyard 400, Kansas in September, Vegas in October, and then season finale at Phoenix.
I'm probably
So I
gonna
get
miss.
to see Jimmy race. Sweet.
I'm probably gonna miss the Xfinity
Speaking,
Kansas race since I got my SAT, so that kind of sucks.
How long
speaking of
is
Jimmy,
it?
I remember he was. Oh no, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Speaking of Jimmy, what?
Okay. Speaking of Jimmy, I remember when he was going to run the Chicago Street Race last year, and I know all the unfortunate stuff that happened. I think
Yeah.
it was with his wife's family or something.
Yeah, it was not a good
Yeah,
situation.
or something.
Yeah, just something happened. I think if we talk about it, that could be something that'll upset you too. But the one thing that I just was a little bit upset that he wasn't able to race was that the scheme that they unveiled was like one of my it was probably my favorite of all the Carvana schemes.
They
Oh,
did.
dude, it was sweet.
It was nice, yeah. That was the light blue one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first time in a long. It's like the last time that we've had like a paint scheme that was announced and then it never raced. Like the last time that I think we've had that happen was like remember in like 2020 when Kyle Busch had that Skittles Dips car, but it never raced
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
because
was
of
a
the
fucking sweet one.
yeah that didn't happen because of the C thing.
Hey
I
guys,
I
real
was
quick.
just
Make a
dollar.
diecast of it. I do not have it though, so don't ask me for it.
Oh,
I'm
I
looking
was-
at I'm
Sorry.
looking at our driver ratings poll today, and Jimmy Johnson's not on there.
Oh crap.
That's a war
should be.
crime.
Damn.
Uh-oh.
Dogleg Matt will charge you. Whoever made that.
Unfortunate.
Whoever made what? The
Like a
form?
2-second
That'd be
edition.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be
You're
nice. I
done.
didn't do it
You're
this week
done
for
for.
once.
Who
Yeah.
made
done
who
for.
made hold on, who made today's form?
Dice.
Dice.
You're fired, Dice.
Oh, that's tough. Hang on, it takes like 4 seconds.
Crazy.
It does. The form is actually easy because I was able to make like the last 2 or 3 of them while I was on break at work during the week.
All this just
It
to
took
give
me
Jimmy
maybe
Johnson like a 2
5
or a
minutes
3.
to do.
Yeah, I know. He's worthy of maybe a 2 to 3 at bet. Well, I'm gonna give him a 3 because he didn't wreck. I'll give him a 3 since he didn't wreck.
I'm
really
I'm leaning 4. I'm leaning 4 because he kept it clean.
I'll say
I'm
4.
giving Ricky Stenhouse a 10 just because he made my statement come true.
That is true. He did. I mean,
What?
here's the thing.
Stenhouse or Rackhouse?
Actually, though, I don't know if I can because he didn't save us from the impending Hamlin win.
No, but he did
Very
delay
true.
our pain for a little bit.
He
You know,
did.
the only reason why I don't like Denny winning is because there's this one guy
Hey, what's
in
up,
another
Columbia?
Discord server that I know that like he is the biggest Denny Glazer of all time. So
Oh, I know
anytime
who
Denny
I
wins,
know who
he
you're
like
talking about.
who am I talking about?
Welcome
I
into
don't
the stream,
remember his
Columbia.
name, but if you say it, I bet you I'll know who you're talking about.
Like, but hang on, what does he do though? Like, is he a YouTuber or something like that?
Who?
I've seen him in like NASCAR YouTube comment sections and stuff, and other stuff, Discord stuff too, and he's just arguing with people.
Is it Rodco Racing?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Let's,
he's the biggest Denny
let's
Glazer of all time.
let's avoid talking about other content creators who could go and see this.
Do that because then he's gonna slander me tomorrow, and then I'm gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, let's
Not just that. He
let's
could
just-
possibly
let's
end up
avoid that.
slandering Matt, and well, Matt could get everything shut down, and the rest of us would be screwed. So
I don't want
just
any.
stay
I don't.
clear of that, please.
We would lose our
Well, yeah,
YouTube
let's-
home.
We ain't going anywhere. Y'all ever
YouTube
seen that?
community guidelines? Because apparently I bullied someone.
That scene from The Wolf of Wall Street. I ain't effing leaving. See, I censored myself.
He
I
partially
sent-
swore that's at least gonna be like a 30-day.
I censored myself. You see that? I know how to behave behind a hot mic.
For some stupid reason.
Oh boy. All right, I do want to give a nod to Noah Gragson. The dude was phenomenal
Yeah.
today.
Can you get a top
Yeah.
10?
He did pretty good.
Yeah, considering all the other SHR cars were on fire, literally.
But
I don't think the rest of them were.
I
I
thought
think
Barry
Bruce was the only
and
one.
I thought Barry had smoke too. Somebody had said,
Nah, it was
he-
only police that was on fire.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
"Oh, I thought one of the other ones had a fire as well, or somebody was smoking."
no, just Harvick.
Shows how much I know.
Who
No,
made the
Harvick-
joke? I hate
Harvick-
you.
Harvick was saying the word "yeet" out of context today, so that was fun.
That,
Of course,
I,
it was
I
like a
swear that
thought.
secret word
The
thing.
beef
it keeps
between
me off
Boy-
guard.
The beef between Boyer and Harvick in the booth is starting to get a little stupid at this point. Because, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like when Boyer was saying, like, you gotta stop Kevin or something like that with, like, the word, like, saying random stuff, I think at this point it's just getting kind of stupid, and I don't really like it.
Yeah,
Is it
it's
just
really
me?
become a Fox theme.
I
Yeah,
think
I
they're
think Fox is making them. I think Fox is making them buy into it.
they're trying way too hard to get a younger audience. That's what
It's
they're
still-
doing.
It's
Too
still better than
hard.
the-
Kind of failing miserably.
It's still
As the
better than
younger
little
audience,
Walker's
it
random
has
noises
failed.
They used to make. Remember those?
Yeah,
But we
like
are the younger audience.
No, I'm 14.
Not all of us, damn it. Not all of us,
Daryl-
Bryce.
Daryl
Uh,
Some of
wants
us,
it.
like Matt and,
I would
Matt
s-
and myself, we're,
well,
we're a
I
little
mean,
older than you.
to be
boneheads.
fair though, still our age is what they're looking for. I mean, NASCAR's
Yeah.
comprised of 50-year-olds,
For,
so
like,
a
people ages,
20
like 20 to 40.
Wait, Matt, you're a millennial, right? I could be dead wrong, and I just don't know my generations.
a proud millennial.
Okay, I'm a Gen Z, born 2007.
And I'm not proud of it.
Hold up,
Who was-
2010?
who was-
2009.
Oh boy.
Hold up, did you just say you were born 2010?
I said
No,
2000.
I said I was born in 2009, in December on 2009.
So based-
Jeez, man, I'm older than you because I was born in 2000. I'll be 24 in July.
It's
Shit.
At
hilarious.
least I'm
I
younger
was
than somebody
was
here.
Happy very early birthday.
I was in high school in 2009. Wild.
I was 2 years
In
My
2009.
elementary
That's even
school-
wilder.
I was still in stinking grade school in 2009. I didn't even bother to hit high school yet. Or I don't even think I was in middle school yet.
Oh, very
I
nice.
was-
Central Time,
Oh,
Columbia.
that's a lot of things in 2009.
Yeah.
on the topic of
Of school. I can't believe I'm going to start my senior year next year. It's just crazy to think about.
Oh
I'm
my
starting senior year of college next year, man. It's insane to think about.
Yeah, I mean, that's also insane to think about. Like, last year of, like, when it comes to, like, school and stuff or anything is, like, crazy to think about,
Oh boy.
like just in general,
I guess.
Let's see.
What's crazy is I'm working 2 jobs and I'm broke.
I don't even.
Wait,
But I'm trying to
Who's
get a
that?
job, though. It's not, I'm not try. It's not like I'm not trying. I just haven't gotten accepted anywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. Happy early birthday, Columbia. Let's see. Who else do we need to
Okay.
talk about, really? Oh, Hemrick.
Uh,
Hemrick a top 10. He got that.
Emmerich did great.
oh,
It
yeah.
paid off. That strategy paid off
Hey.
for him for sure.
Hey,
uh,
man.
I said, what about
Yeah.
I was like, what about Elliott? Elliott got the top 5. He got
Oh.
5th. Or Blaney got
Hey,
7th.
guys.
Bowman actually got
Hold on.
8th at Dover
Yeah.
for once. Or
All right.
Yeah.
legit,
Yeah.
It's getting better. I
Don't
think he's
forget.
finally. I think I think not having an injury compared to last year. I mean, clearly he's going to probably do better, and I think he's definitely showed it this year.
I back.
Guys,
Because I mean, he's still probably
don't
because like
forget.
throughout 2023, he was still probably fatigued from his leg injury. So he's probably going to be like somewhat bad or off his game.
Okay, real quick, back to Hemrick. I gave
Don't
him a
forget,
9.
guys.
Hammer
Don't forget.
gets a 10.
Speaking of quality, AJ Allmendinger finished 13.
Yeah, and he qualified
This-
10th, didn't he?
Best race in a
Yeah.
while, and it wasn't even on a super speedway, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm
That's
there.
a
Here's the
solid
thing,
run
though.
for them, yeah.
Finished 13th.
Here- Here's the
Elliott
thing, though.
qualified 12th to finish 14th.
Tech,
Cindric got top 15, surprisingly.
Tech
Yeah,
would
Blaney
say
was the best Ford.
Ty Dillon. Tech would say that
No,
Ty Dillon
Gragson actually
was
was.
doing really good, but in
Gragson got
reality,
sixth,
as
then he got seventh.
soon as they got rid of Ty Dillon and they put AJ back in that car, there's immediate improvement. I feel like.
You're just
Bro,
you're
Ty is
trying
in
to.
his Xfinity truck series.
No, they put
What
Ty
about the
Dillon
truck
in the
series?
16.
Yeah, Ty runs a couple of races in the 16, which is hilarious. I mean, heck, he got a top 5. Actually, no, he didn't. He got bumped down to 16th. I remember that. He doesn't have a top 15.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
though
he
that was like
doesn't.
because there's mayhem at Texas, and there's 7. What was there like? How many cautions were there?
He
16
got
or
bailed
whatever.
out by that same strategy at Texas that Elliott did earlier in the race. He stayed out long, and they
Oh,
benefited
yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
Where Tech was like,
Good.
"Ah."
Hey guys, I want to talk about Kyle Busch.
Yeah, Kyle Busch did really well today too. I mean, granted he started on the
Yeah.
pole, but a solid day. What was it? 4th? He finished 4th,
Look.
or
I expecting some momentum
Yeah,
for
Busch got
RCR,
fourth.
especially Kyle Busch.
Eric Jones did great.
Yeah,
Is
Ty
it
Dillon
me
got
or is Larry
16th
Mac?
at Texas. Wow.
Larry Mac's trends have been less reliable than they used to be. I remember like years ago they were dead on, and even a few races this year they've been dead on. And then this year it's like still hit or miss.
Feels like
It's
just feels
pitiful
like
though that the average of the last caution was 6 laps to go. That is stupid.
Because I think it's because in 2022 there was a caution on the last lap when Elliott won. It was Chastain and Truex wrecked down the backstretch.
oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yep.
One to go, it skewed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And honestly,
it's still pitiful that like there's so many tracks that are having cautions with under 20 to go. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
I hate that kind of stuff. It's dumb.
Yeah, like unfortunately for you, there's a Ricky Stenhouse Jr. fan. The caution that
I'm
he
not a
put out
Stenhouse
was
fan.
that
Trust
changed
me.
everything.
I am not a Stenhouse fan.
No,
I know
he's-
you haven't been in here.
he's the Stenhouse for Perez.
I just
No,
hate.
don't talk about F1.
I mean,
please.
naturally,
Ricky.
I would have. Naturally,
hate
people
Ricky
would
Stenhouse.
assume that if your profile says Stenhouse or president, we would think that you're a Stenhouse fan.
Oh no,
Very
it's
much
just because
true.
he wrecks all the international drivers. That's all.
Oh yeah, that is a good point though. Because let's see, he's wrecked Kobayashi twice. He wrecked him at Indy, and he wrecked him at Coda, which is kind of funny because the American driver taking out all the international drivers at a racetrack called Circuit of the Americas is kind of ironic.
Yeah,
And then
I call Ricky Stenhouse Cracky Snorthouse all the time. I know you
How
haven't
much
been
fun
in
is
here.
that Stenhouse has been playing
and then he also took out Jensen Button at Indy as well.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
I think Ricky
guys, I
Stenhouse.
just saw the meme about like the what the fuck is a kilometer meme on when he wrecked both
And
Jensen
there
and
goes the
Cahoon.
community guidelines.
No, we can. No, you got. Here's the thing. You guys can cuss. I don't care. Like here's the thing. I purposefully turned monetization off for this. Number one, you're not gonna make jack nothing on a stream. I almost said something. Had to catch myself. But number two, we can just. There you go. See, there you go. There you go. See, you guys can fill them in for me
Just don't
whenever
get
I.
the stream taken down where he gets a strike. Pretty much, that's all he cares about.
Well, and where it's not monetized, I don't think it can.
No, I
You would have to.
because I had a. Oh no, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. Doesn't matter. We're good. We're just chilling. I mean, I'm sitting here playing Halo 3 while we're sitting here talking. Like this is the farthest thing from a serious stream if it gets there. So
Personally, I think Ricky Stenhouse has been playing too much Helldivers lately and has taken the spread of democracy too far.
oh, he's spreading democracy, baby. You better believe it.
America.
And his
How about
alien.
Corey Hine?
Where yeah
Corey Hine.
He did okay. I mean, realistically, for his first start in legacy
He didn't
equipment.
crash, so I guess that's good.
Well, he
yeah,
got crashed by Reddick on pit road.
Oh
Yeah.
that's right. I forgot about that. I didn't realize
Oh
that.
yeah, I forgot about that.
He
It's also
finished the
true,
race,
okay?
which counts.
And you
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
take into account that Legacy Motor Club was terrible today.
He
Like,
still finished 25th.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Nemechek in 20th. That's as good as Nemechek ran all day. Like Nemechek was sub 25th.
Oh,
Yeah,
everyone-
Nematode was really slow.
I think the
Well,
42.
Nemechek, he qualified 34th and got 20th.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad. It wasn't a bad day
just
for
gotta
him.
say,
This now. I think the 42 Legacy Motor Club car is literally just cursed because anytime we have like a promising talent, except for Ty Dillon, he doesn't count. Joins.
That's hilarious.
Joins. j- uh,
Yeah,
joins
that's right.
joins the car, and everyone's like, "Oh man, they're gonna do so well." Like we saw with Noah Gragson, and we're kind of seeing with John Hunter Nemechek, they just turn awful. But then when they go to another team, except for Ty Dillon doesn't count because he's not good. Like Noah Gregson, he's showing like promise in the SHR car. Like I don't know if it's just there's something within Legacy
Well,
Motor Club, or if
Legacy
or
sucked last
if,
year.
or if there's just
Fine
I
this
think
year.
Legacy just needs time to develop.
The
Well-
thing about John Hunter Nemechek too is he
Maybe that's-
already was in the 38 car. He did run a cup season.
yeah.
Here's the thing
Yeah,
too,
I-
though. I mean, Carson
Oh, yeah.
Hocevar ran really well in
Right,
that car last year, though.
Yeah.
yeah,
So he's not quite.
yeah,
He's
maybe
not
it
a
is
rookie.
just
Turned
a
into- he
yeah,
turned
you know,
into
maybe it is
to
just
be
they
a
haven't had time to
second
develop. But
contender in
I think
Series last season.
Carson's just different though. I
Carson
think
is
Carson
not
is really good.
Hey, what's up, Kendall? Goodbye your childhood. I feel that.
Nemechek a 5.
I gotta open up my form. Jesus, I forgot to do that.
Yeah, we put
Why
down
does
a
a lot of silence?
I don't
take
usually
it
do the
from
forums,
my
and
heart.
I kind of don't usually care to.
There's too much silence.
My guy Ty Gibbs got back in the top 10 for the first time in like 7
He did?
races. Yeah,
Hey, do you
top 10.
apologize?
I
Yeah,
thought-
Gibbs
I mean,
got
I don't
10th.
blame you anything.
Funny thing is, Reddick started 4th and he got 11th.
Reddick fell off a cliff.
Dude, yeah, and he had a good car.
Wait,
I don't know
wait.
what happened.
I
Hey,
gave
what happened to your microphone?
What happened to whose microphone?
Yeah,
What? Whose microphone? What happened to whose microphone?
Yeah,
the
what's
gamer.
What?
What happened to your microphone?
Nothing.
It's always
that much.
yeah. It's just a little distorted. It's nothing.
Oh.
I've heard way worse where it sounds like there's like a. I don't even know. There's like a squeaking noise with people's mic, and it just like is screeching the whole time. I've heard mics like that. Those are terrible.
Oh
This is
yeah.
I could.
Like it, like
I
the
can
gamer
unplug mine
ear.
and replug it in. I can do that.
I mean, it could be worse.
You could be listening to like a 7-year-old that is like an absolute squeaker. That's like
Yeah,
horrid.
I
mean,
can definitely listen to the gamer. He's fine. I mean,
Thank you.
But I'm
I
listening
have to
to.
listen to. I mean, hey, at least we don't have to listen to Tech tonight, so that's good.
yeah, I
I'm
agree.
listening to him, and he's like, his microphone is like a bit like glitch, when I hear him.
No, it's fine.
Okay. I'm giving Bubba Wallace and Austin Dillon both 3s because of how much better their teammates performed.
Why?
But I'm
Okay.
glad that. Speaking of Bubba, I'm glad they brought the what's it called, the old Air
Yeah.
Force car back with the teeth on it.
Oh yeah, that was a
Oh
sick
yeah,
scheme.
that looks
Dude,
nice.
Bubba
Thing
is
that Zane
My
Smith
all-time
did
favorite
like
Air
love.
Force.
He's
Well,
just
no,
got
that's
hit
my
in the back
second
by
all-time
Smith
favorite
in
Air
the
Force
front.
car. My favorite Air Force car is the Almirola one from like 2013, like 2015, where it had like
Oh,
the
like,
lightning on the
lightning
side.
Yes, I love
That's
that
my
car.
favorite.
Yeah,
that
that,
car looks.
that one's cool. But
Oh,
I mean,
guess
that listen,
I
on
prefer
it,
the Warthog
you know what?
one, which is the one they brought.
I mean, if you make cars like that, that'll get me signed up for the Air Force.
Yeah.
Medically, I can't be in the Air Force, so
Why
nope.
is that?
Let's just say there were a lot of foods that would try to kill me.
Foods?
Okay.
Oh, he's allergic to everything. Okay.
So there's
My
the
God,
answer.
there are a lot of stupid things.
Meat
Be
is
eligible
among
for the
that
military
list.
because I have
Oh,
asthma.
man.
I don't
Have
know.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks that Bubba crashed in that car because Zane
I mean,
Smith
that's
lost
bad luck.
all of his talent. Zane Smith
Yeah.
lost all of his talent for
Yeah,
the
I
fifth
gave.
time this season. I'm getting sick of him at this point.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
He's like lower than Harrison Burton in points. He's doing terrible. This is supposed to be
Oh
basically a
yeah,
track
Harrison
outside.
Burton. I mean,
No,
who
it's
cares
it's
about Harrison
honestly a
Burton?
debate on who I want to get rid of out of the Cup Series, if it's Zane Smith or Harrison Burton. It's
I'd say
honestly
Harrison
I mean,
Burton.
for
every
me,
every
say
for
race
me,
that
Burton.
goes on
put
though, every
Harrison
race
Burton
that
back
goes
in the
on, my decision
series.
is becoming tougher to make.
My head
I
hurts.
say get rid of both.
Yeah, it's like it's the old El Paso meme. Why not both?
Actually, wait,
Hang on. Speaking of old El Paso, this is relating to food. They recently released these like crisps thing. I forget what they're called. Like I forget what the name of them is. I think they're really good. Like they have this like queso flavor, and I'm like addicted to those things.
Queso.
I can find a photo of
Them, and I'll send a picture of it. It's like a snack.
Old El
Okay.
Paso, sponsor the channel.
Something sad is that Zane Smith is being beat by Kaz Gralla in points.
Kaz
Gralla race at
He didn't
Talladega.
even run
It's like
last week.
Kaz actually doesn't even. I don't think Kaz has even raced that many times this year.
Oh,
He's in-
Fiesta
Well,
Twist.
that's what they're
I
called.
mean, he's ran the majority of races, but even then, that's still sad.
Yeah, somebody who's ran all the races is getting beat by somebody who has not run all the races.
Yeah, I just think I'm starting to dislike Spire every single week that goes on more and more.
I like Hocevar.
I
Hocevar and
Yeah,
LaJoy, I
Hocevar is
don't
fucking
mind for the most part.
character.
I
Even the VC
despise
chat.
Carson Hocevar because he's a dirty driver and he brings out he basically does he used to do Spingate in the Truck Series, if y'all remember that.
Oh hell
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
Columbia. Sick.
Oh, yeah, he
That was
spins and
yeah.
He did it
trucks.
twice too, not just
Yeah.
once, twice.
He was
Yeah,
at Talladega
he did
and
twice.
Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
No, I think one. I think he did one at Charlotte, maybe. Charlotte and
anybody-
Vegas, I think.
It was
anybody-
Las
I
Vegas
think
and
he did it 3
Talladega.
times.
Hey, did
I'm gonna
anybody
take a note
confirm
out of-
where Zane Smith is in points? We had somebody in chat asking.
I have no idea.
He's dead last.
Dead last.
Oh wait,
Oh my god! Oh yeah, and he was the one that hit Bubba Wallace in that caution.
Yeah, he's dead last.
He was
Unless
the one
you
who
count
spun
car
Bubba.
counters.
He
Honestly,
just
I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy has more points than Zane Smith at this point.
That's a stretch. I mean, it's funny, but it's a stretch.
See,
Yeah,
the
Zane
reason you
Smith
have to
is pretty much
specify whether or
last.
not he hit somebody or
Points.
caused the caution is because he's forgotten to use his brakes now twice.
Oh my
Arca
god!
brakes.
Yeah,
He has 99 points.
Who's
He has
Zane?
Yeah,
99
Zane Smith
points.
has 99 points. He's
35th.
311.
35th.
Actually.
Yeah, so 35th.
Toby
There you
Ash
go,
has
Kendall.
8 points. Derek Cross is 11. Cody Ware has 13. David
Jimmy
Ray has
Johnson had
17.
Jimmy
Johnson
Johnson
has
is
26 points and
And
3
then
starts
just 99.
He's closing
and
in.
11 starts.
He's closing in.
Hey, with
Wait,
Hold on,
Jimmy.
let me do the math. and
Zane
You know the
Smith
say-
funny
has had
thing?
Zane Smith has had 2 DNFs this year already.
I think what's
He
funny
should've
is like
more.
Kaz
All right,
Gralla,
I'm
a
gonna-
part-time
hey, guys,
driver,
hold on.
is
I'm gonna do
outpointing
this
him.
and see
Like,
if Jimmy Johnson
Kaz
has 14
Gralla has
has.
he's only run like he's missed like what, like 1 or 2 races this year, and he's I mean, granted it's only 1 point, but he's outpointing him.
And does Rick Ware Racing was talking
Gralla
about
has
so.
not ran 1 time so far, it says, per NASCAR.com. He has 10 starts.
Zane
to get
Smith's
11.
yeah,
Hold
but
on.
still, Zane
Does-
Supposed to run all the
Yeah,
races.
Cody
and
Ware ran Talladega.
Does Gralla hold on? Does Gralla have more points than Zane Smith?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
but it's by 1
Yes.
point though.
Yeah.
But still, though, yeah, he ran 1 less race. That is
How
insane.
many? Hey guys,
It's like
how many
the
points does
SHR
Zane Smith
drivers
have?
having negative points last season. It's funny.
How many points does
who have?
Zane Smith have?
Dude, hold on. Does anybody
I
know
got-
this? If Noah Gragson didn't get that penalty, would he be in the top 16 right now? I feel like he would be, right?
Close. I don't know if he'd be in.
Gragson right now is sitting 21st in points, and he is up 6 spots.
After the
it
penalty?
says.
Yeah, but
So he'd
the
be
penalty
about-
the penalty was what, 40 or 30 points?
35, I think.
35.
So
Wow.
if you add the points up, he would have 220. So that'd put him.
And he would need to be in
He's
14th.
225
That put him
behind right now.
19th. That put him
It would put him
19th.
in 19th. So
Oh.
he would be like right on the playoff bubble.
I'm just gonna say it. I have been super impressed with Gragson this year. Like
Oh
Loki.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it has those top tens.
I thought for sure that was gonna be like the biggest flop of the season, and the dude is just like actually performing.
Here's something that is just interesting that I found
Thing-
going through
I'm glad-
the
I'm-
Cup Series standings. Alex Bowman is 9th in points with
Should be
302
better.
points. The 11 starts, 4 top 5s, 6 top 10s, 1 DNF, but he has 6 laps led.
So,
6
What
and
is
a
that
yeah,
one
half.
being
so
now?
here's the thing. Bowman is 9th in points, but he's actually last of all of his teammates still. So
Is he
What
though?
is that one being now they had?
Byron has 1 DNF, Elliott has none, and Larson has 1 DNF, and Larson is
was the one D? What was the one DNF for Byron? I forget
Today.
what
It was
race.
today.
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Today, my bad. I forgot a DNF today. It's my fault. I forgot for like 2 seconds.
no, but the fact
But
that
still, though, that's
Bowman is still last in points. I'm sorry, like he's not. He's the weakest driver at Hendrick Motorsports.
you do
And-
realize that.
Someone has
Well,
to
you
be the
got
worst.
Kyle Larson, who literally is like a once in a generation talent. Then you got Chase Elliott, and William Byron, who are pretty solid. They're pretty good race car drivers.
I'm gonna tell
And
you
then there's
though.
just Alex Bowman. He's just
Yeah.
not as good as like probably top 5 rate. Probably like
I mean, here's the
The
thing
dude,
though.
the dude that just fills into legendary rides, he takes Dale Jr.'s ride and then he takes Jimmy Johnson's ride.
I do want to. Here's a question I'll pose to you guys. Do you think he's only doing that well because of the equipment, or do you think he's actually like good?
I
I
think
think
it's
he's
Absolutely,
actually
the
Bowman's got a lot
equipment,
of talent.
absolutely.
A good
It's
amount
the
of talent.
equipment.
There's no
I
way
can't
Bowman
wait.
got there with no talent.
Let me
If he had no talent, he would've wrecked.
Let me
He
ask you
would've-
this: if Bowman was racing in Stewart Haas equipment, would he be like? Would he win races?
I think
No.
he'd be
No.
running with Ryan Preece.
Definitely not.
I think he'd be closer to what Gragson's running. I think he'd be like 23rd in points, maybe like
Yeah.
2 or 3 top 10s by now.
He would. Okay. So
He wouldn't be as regularly a topic of discussion of wins if he was in Stuart Haas. I
Yeah.
feel like if he was in Haas, he would be like a Chase Briscoe. where
Now
he gets
I'll
a
I'll
win
reverse
every
it.
once in a while.
I think that's an insult to Chase Briscoe.
That kind of is a little bit because Briscoe, I don't know, he's one of those guys. Because Briscoe is kind of like Larson. They both come from like a dirt racing background, and to
I'm
run
telling you
dirt
what, you put Briscoe into
successfully.
48, and I think he's better.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. I think Briscoe is a better driver than Bowman.
I would have to disagree there.
I'm
No,
gonna
I
watch
think-
The Simpsons.
I think if Briscoe had like top tier equipment, the dude would be raw.
The dude won like 8 races in or 10 or whatever it was in Xfinity.
If
and won
if he was in the Hendrick 48, he would win 2 to 3 races a year, in my opinion.
Wait,
At least.
I wasn't listening. Who would be?
Briscoe.
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 Yeah, you got a good point.
I think he's
I-
just. I think he's super talented. I think the equipment holds him back.
I
Yeah.
agree.
No, I mean, granted, he does get the
interesting. If
best.
SHR goes to Honda or whoever joins the sport eventually, if they do, but if a new OEM joins the sport, and SHR switches over, I think Briscoe could be a real threat when that does happen. I mean,
If they get that support, but we got to remember the last time a new OEM came in, which was Toyota, they sucked for like 3 years.
that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
you do have a
They
point.
were horrible.
Eventually,
Now-
though, Briscoe would
Now
become a
it
monster.
yeah it would pay off if if Stewart Haas became the Honda flagship team, became what Joe Gibbs was with Toyota.
What if we had 2 OEMs?
Like, I'm just
coming
saying
out
this
of
now. If Joe Gibbs did not have Kyle Busch, like when they switched to Toyota, they did not have Kyle Busch. I think that what's their face? I think that Toyota probably wouldn't have won for like another couple of years, maybe like another 1 or 2 years, if they didn't have Kyle
Well-
Busch, and Kyle Busch was
Yeah,
like,
Kyle gave them a lot of data.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because Bush.
yeah. I mean, then he won
was
8
pretty much a
races that
winning
year, and then he
machine.
Oh, did
won
he
8
win?
races.
He won 8 races in 08? I knew it was a lot.
Yeah,
I thought it was
he was
six.
good
Biggest
in
race
08.
collapse in human history.
I mean, mostly people remember him in 08 for wrecking Dale Jr., but
Well, yeah, that's
Playoff collapse.
he was really good in 08,
I
though.
say, who wouldn't remember that?
I thought it was
Maybe
funny.
a Kyle Busch fan.
he said. I thought it was funny.
To me, it is
I'm
funny
a
because I'm not
junior
a Bush
fan.
fan, so I don't
and
care.
I'm a junior fan, and looking back at it, I find it kind of funny, honestly.
I would be lying to you if I said I wasn't pissed off at Kyle Busch for a good 10 years because of that.
Looking back at the incident now that like Junior's retired and all that, like honestly, it's not that bad.
If it wasn't
but it
Dale
is-
Jr. that
it
Kyle
Let's
Busch
see.
wrecked, nobody would be talking about this
Let's
incident
see.
if it wasn't
Alright.
Dale Jr.
So Andrew, hold on, guys. I'm talking to chat real quick. Andrew asked if we think that Gragson will make the playoffs. I don't think he will. I think he's got a shot, but I don't think he will.
Now we're on the border. Like,
I mean,
I
don't
if
think
know.
Gragson
makes it into the
Drive for-
playoffs, like if Gragson makes it into the playoffs on points, that'd be pretty impressive, especially since he had the 35-point penalty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
cool.
he's
I
a
will
win.
say-
He's just a
Because
win.
that's like a full race of points
I will
down the
say
drain
that
right there.
Pretty much.
Gregson's probably his best chance of winning already happened at Talladega, where he probably should have stepped out of line and gotten a push from Reddick right there towards the end of the race.
Well, we still have Daytona coming in, and there's a chance he could put himself in position there.
Yeah, and I mean,
There is.
there's a couple of. I mean, well, actually, we don't have any more short tracks left in the regular
There's
season, do
one-
we?
Iowa.
Oh,
Yeah,
Iowa.
yeah.
Iowa. Yeah, Iowa. I mean, he could
yeah.
legit win Iowa too. I could see that.
Iowa-
Oh,
was a
actually,
wild card.
hang on. Speaking of like schedule and stuff, with like, do y'all think Daytona not being the regular season finale anymore? Do you think that's going to be permanent, or do you think that's just because like the Olympics screwed
That's
up the
because
schedule?
of the
Yeah,
Olympics.
because of the Olympics.
They've already talked
I think
about it.
it's-
Next year it will be the season finale. I think they already said that
I
too.
like Daytona
Back
as
to
a
the
regular
regular
season
season
finale. It's a
finale.
nice
Watch
bookend.
Watch out in a couple of years when Daytona's the championship race.
I mean, honestly, at this point, knowing NASCAR, I wouldn't be surprised because the championship race is an ISC owned race basically, so they could put it at Daytona because Daytona's an ISC track.
Well,
That would-
honestly, here's my thinking. If they made the championship Daytona, it kind of adds that level of intrigue where the championship winner isn't the winner of the race. Like I kind of liked it when Ross won this past season. You know?
No, but
Alright.
the whole reason I brought this up was just because NASCAR, knowing their incompetence, would do something like this.
All right, we got another.
What I'm saying
we-
is I wouldn't be completely opposed to it, but at the
I
same
would.
time, the randomness among the championship four would be way too high.
There
Alright,
already
guys.
was too much
The idea
randomness
of
going
having
on
something-
before.
Let's
There's already too much.
we've got enough. I'm gonna actually now we're just gonna start answering questions from chat because we have quite a few backed up here. Next question comes from Kendall. Where do we think Ford gets their first win? And I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna go ahead and answer. I think they win next
Same.
I think they win next year.
Hear me out. Michigan.
next year.
Come on.
That's crazy.
What are you?
I think
Pat?
Ford's gonna win at Michigan because Ford like does really well there.
Yeah, but you think that they don't win until Michigan? That's in August.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
I think that's a bit late.
When it comes to short tracks, we have Richmond in August, and then we have
Are you-
New Hampshire and Iowa in June.
Are you thinking that's
and we also
when?
have Gateway.
Are you thinking that's when Ford's gonna get their first win?
Almirola isn't racing anymore. They won't get New Hampshire, man.
They'll win the Coke 600, I think.
That's their first one, you think?
Yeah, Coke 600.
You know,
Are we
I have a
talking all
great
three
comp-
series here or just Cup?
In all honesty,
That's
I
just
can
not my
see
kind.
I
have
can
a
see
great-
Blaney winning at Michigan.
Here's here's something.
I've been saying this though for a while. Ford is good during the summer months. Summer is when they strike, when Chevy goes on a slump.
And the
Alright.
fall.
The,
Yeah,
the
that
Chevy
is
fall,
true.
almost always has that summer slump. Yeah.
so
Weird.
listen,
Toyota's, I think we're
it's
getting to
just
the point of the year, like from about this week at Kansas through the rest of the regular season. This is when Toyota gets really good. Like Ty
Toyota and
Gibbs is
Ford
probably
will
going to win
step
2 or
up
3
soon.
races
Yeah.
this summer. Truex
I
will
I,
probably win
I
1 or
think Ty
2,
Gibbs is winning New
2 or
Hampshire.
3 more.
Yeah, I think Logano wins next week for Ford's first win.
I wouldn't be
Really?
surprised by that.
Kansas?
He's
I
good at
see
Kansas.
one of the 2311 Toyotas winning Kansas.
No, it'll break the
sure.
mold. It's been a year and a half since they've lost a race there. The mold will break.
You know, I'm just saying this now. Any like 2311. Anybody affiliated with 2311 has won every single race at Kansas in the next gen era, because the only other
Oh
driver
yeah.
that wasn't from 2311 that won was Denny Hamlin, and he owns 2311. So
So we
Toyota's
expected
going
to
to win is the
see
point.
either Toyota win or 2311 win.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, pretty.
Toyota is 2311 is a Toyota team, so Toyota
Yeah.
would win.
Yeah,
Let's
or
see.
What he's
Toyota
saying
or
is
2311.
either like JGR or maybe LMC or
No.
whoever.
All right.
No, LMC's not
Basically
there
just
yet.
LMC,
no. Just stating
no.
whoever has Toyota as the manufacturer gets a win if it's not 2311. I think is what they're
John
saying.
Hunter Nemechek is not good enough to win that race. I'm sorry.
I think LMC is facing the issue that Front Row had earlier, where they're just not used to this amount of data, and they haven't caught on as quick as Front Row has.
That actually makes a lot of sense actually.
Either.
That's an interesting take. Yeah.
Rose going through
I
serious
like
growing
that
pains.
take. That's a good take for sure.
Yeah, because the last 4 races at Kansas have all been Toyota. Kurt Busch, Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin, and Tyler Reddick. The last time that a manufacturer had happened to be Chevrolet was Larson in 2021. Last time Ford won at Kansas was the fall race of 2020 with Joey Logano.
All right, so here's another question from chat. Do we think Portland gets a cup date? And I'm going to say no.
No,
They don't have Portland's
as
not a
much
big
as I wish it did, no.
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon?
good
Yeah, the
market
port because they have they have
Raceway were the Xfinity races this year.
Yeah.
They've had one last couple years. I think.
So here's my thing. I think it should get a cup race if we're replacing Sonoma with it.
That's
a bad
true,
take.
but I don't think they're
I
going to
can
take
see
Sonoma
that,
off
but-
the schedule though.
Yeah,
I don't think
either.
Sonoma.
But I do not want another road course on the schedule. I do not.
I think
a road
5.
course- I think we need like 4 on the schedule.
Yeah, I
four is
think
a
I
good
think
number.
5 is good. I think 4 standalone, and then this a street race is what I would like to see.
I
Well,
like
we have this year already. I think.
I
Well,
like
yeah,
the
we're at-
idea of dividing up the schedule kind of equally, where we have 6 super speedways, 6 road courses, 6 short tracks, 6
See, here's the thing
think
though.
it's-
I don't want the same amount of road courses right now because they suck.
Yeah, that's true. Well, but you could say the same thing about short tracks then too.
No, it could
but,
be
like,
worse. Remember in what's it called? Remember in 2021 where we had like 7 road courses on the schedule?
yeah.
Anyone
Guys.
remember when there used to be like literally like almost half the schedule was 1.5-mile tracks?
Oh yeah.
That was like the
That's when
2000s.
Jimmy
Yes.
just dominated.
Listen,
Well, these
Listen.
days that would be a great timeline, but still.
No, but
In
Listen, guys.
2021, there were 7 races on road courses that year.
listen, I've never been like a huge proponent of road courses, even in the Gen 6 car. So
Guys, the reason that
it was
the
better
road course
then, but
sucks,
like
guys, the reason that the road course sucks is because of the next gen car. Okay?
they weren't that good before. They were okay. They weren't.
They were
great.
definitely better though.
They were better.
Dude, the
Okay.
next
They
gen
weren't
car
great.
just didn't have a lot of chances of passing.
The COT was honestly better at Watkins Glen than the Gen 6 car, probably.
Agreed.
I actually would have to disagree with that one.
That is sad.
Dude, Watkins Glen got good there at the end of the Gen 6, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
So-
Gen 6 at Walking Glen actually was not half bad. If anybody cares to remember back to God, I'm trying to think what it was.
I mean, the Brad Keselowski Marcus Ambrose fight was incredible.
That was COT.
Speaking of
That was
Keselowski,
2012.
Yeah, that was it was COT. Yeah, I was a year
oh
off.
wait, speaking
I was
of
thinking like
Keselowski,
2014, AJ Allmendinger's win.
2018 was good. Elliott versus Truex.
2014.
Chase Elliott win.
Yeah, and
Wasn't
Elliott versus Truex
2014.
again in 2019. That was good.
When
Yeah.
Elliott used to be good at road courses.
He's not
Sorry.
bad.
Far.
Just the next gen
Or
part is
he's not bad, but he's not winning.
Yeah,
I think it's
well,
just
the road,
everyone else
the next
got
gen
better
car
road
kind of
course
sucks
right
on
now.
road courses right now.
Well, yeah.
Kind of looping back to the Ford thing. I think their next shot to win is going to be Gateway. If not
I
that,
could see Chris Buescher winning Sonoma too. Just saying.
if not Gateway, Iowa, and after that they'd have to wait till Michigan. I don't see them.
Iowa's a wild
performing.
card, in my opinion. Which
Yeah.
Logano has a history, by the way, of winning at new tracks. So
Yeah, that's true.
How long
Logano.
is Iowa? Isn't it like 5/8 of a mile? Maybe 6.
Iowa Speedway is a 7/8 mile track designed by Rusty Wallace. Watch the video, buddy.
Okay, sorry.
Waffle.
Iowa native.
Jesus.
Starting all over.
Bro,
me.
sounded like he was reading the first line of Wikipedia.
No, actually, I'm
No.
not.
Oh.
On the Speedway video that Matt posted, I'm the one that he messaged to get the info about the track. I live 2 hours away from the track.
hey, listen. The past 3 actual Brickyard 400s, like the past 3 of them, were all won by Ford.
With the road course, yeah, I could.
No, not the road course, the oval.
Yeah,
Yo, 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 what's up?
2018 was Keselowski, and then
Point,
Harvick
but
won
a lot has
2019
changed
to
since
2020.
2020. That's nearly 5 years. A new car, a new everything.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I don't know.
saying, though. Ford
Yeah.
was on a streak there towards the end of the
How the
Brickyard
oval's
400.
gonna
at the
race?
Oval.
I'm just gotta. I guess it's just a wait and see kind of thing. Because I think it's gonna be good, but then half of me also thinks the racing is gonna be like crap.
No offense to like some of the fans, but like some fans are gonna say, "Oh, why do we want this back? This is boring." But in my opinion, it's still way better than the road course.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's way better.
Yes, that's because the fans love to complain.
Unless
The
we have a
fans need to
2008
do. I'm just saying this now. The fans wanted it. Now they need to show up.
Yep.
I'm
and
not.
I will
Unfortunately,
stand
I'm
my
not gonna
ground.
be able to
Never
show
done
up.
it.
I don't live
Because
because
of all the
I don't. I
attendance
can't.
figures, you could have 100,000
No
people there.
choice
who
of
can't-
complaining.
I know that the racing there is not gonna be the most spectacular thing in the world. I know that the grandstands are probably gonna look pretty barren, but I don't care. I will gladly watch the Brickyard 400 than the pile drive into turn 1 at the Indy Road Course.
Oh yeah, the Indy
If
Road course.
nobody, if after this, if nobody shows up and the racing is lackluster, at this point NASCAR just needs to leave Indianapolis and act like they never even showed up there.
Yeah.
They have no choice.
You could throw that date and give someone else like a new market that like
I don't know. Actually, no. I got a better idea. Give it to IRP.
No, because short
That's
track's
you know
gonna be the
bad.
worst one.
I love
Oh,
that
God.
idea for Xfinity, but IRP would be so terrible in the
Yeah,
next
no,
gen.
well, yeah, no.
No, yeah, no, not for Cup. Like Cup would have to race somewhere else, but like Xfinity should get an IRP race.
I can
So-
I can agree with that.
Truck schedule, so yeah, I could see that.
Where
One track
is
that I wish
Eldora in Indiana?
Eldora's in Ohio.
Yeah.
And it's a dirt
Oh,
track,
okay.
which I'm game for.
In Indiana.
Any stinking dirt
I
track,
game for
I'm
her
in
now.
for.
If we were to get rid of Indy, I'm going to be bold here, and I would want Pikes Peak.
Yes, yes.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
100
That'd be
times
nice.
over.
Nice.
I know I
100
said I don't want,
times.
like,
Climb.
No,
Yeah.
not the hill climb. If we're doing the hill climb, that would be death
That
to
would be
all
so-
the drivers.
that would be so wild.
Okay, hear me out though, real quick. I know I don't like adding road courses to the schedule, but like Mid-Ohio would actually be one of the better road courses.
It
Hey,
would
someone
be.
gets it. Well, someone gets it.
He does get it.
All Road America.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
honestly,
Would be nice.
them
Track's too
taking
big. That's what I don't
them
like about
taking
Mid-Ohio has like no grandstands. There last year for the ARCA race and the truck race, it was like in turn 2, it was packed. They'd have to put up a bunch of temporary grandstands in order to fit the demands of a cup race. Like in its
I
current
know.
state, it probably traffic-wise and facility-wise, it could not handle a cup race.
I kind of
Well-
wish for the road courses NASCAR would do a rotating schedule where they would go to like Sonoma one year, Mid-Ohio the next, something like that. I wish they would do that.
I would be down for a Sonoma race in the West Coast swing because there'd be a change. Well, number one, it's green and it looks beautiful. Number
Yeah.
two, it's
And it could also
there's a
rain as
good
well.
chance that it would rain.
Yeah, 'cause
And
the rain.
rain at a road course, we actually sound fun.
Especially a road course with that much elevation change. But then again,
think
we
it's the
saw what
rain,
happened
though.
at Coda. But
I think they've learned from their mistakes a little bit at Coda.
Yeah, like they have an actual rain tire now, and it would be a lot better. It'd probably be like what the start of the 2022 Glen was like.
True.
I have faith in NASCAR, even though I probably shouldn't, that they would hopefully do better.
I think you're talking to and preaching to the choir
Having
here. We
faith
all
in
have
NASCAR,
faith
that's
in
crazy.
NASCAR.
I hopefully have faith in NASCAR that they have fixed that problem and they would actually throw a red flag if visibility was that big of an issue.
I think they would at this point.
I would hope so.
And I do like that NASCAR's put like more like stuff like safety rules things in place. Like they have the windshield wipers are mandatory, well,
They had
obviously,
those
but
in 2021, I believe, with the little.
Yes, they did.
They were
Also-
very tiny.
Yeah, then they have
Well-
sometimes the windshield wipers on the cars in 2021 at Coda,
but then they
ass
also
backwards or something.
yeah, but then they also have the rain light. They have the defoggers,
Well,
single file restarts.
They don't have that anymore,
Well,
though.
Chastain.
They don't do that
Well,
anymore.
Chastain's from DC.
They're doing double. No, wait, they do double file restarts in the rain now.
Well, they don't. Well, no, we don't race in the rain anymore. They took away windshield wipers and lights
What?
Why?
I thought the lights
because
were on at Richmond.
Yeah, they ran it. I think Richmond or
Yeah,
one of the short
they did.
tracks in the rain a little bit. They also ran at North Wilkesboro in the rain a little bit last
now,
year.
yeah, that was but I don't think they have them this year because we were.
No, I
I
think
think
they
they had
have
the
them.
Richmond. I thought
I
at
think they
Richmond they had
do.
the light
Yeah,
at
I
least.
thought so too.
I
We saw pictures of
remember
the
I
cars from
remember seeing a
Coda.
few wipers at Coda.
I think
Yeah,
I don't
they have
know.
wipers at Coda.
I might be wrong, or at least for the oval tracks. I was told that they don't have the wipers. All they have is a defogger and the tires.
Yeah, I don't
No,
think they
there
have
are-
the wiper
there's
at
pictures
the
of
ovals.
William Byron's car from
They have the
Coda, and it
light
has the
thing, I think.
wipers.
They have the little light
Yeah.
thing. They don't have the wiper. I think that's true.
Okay, going to the tire. What do we think about
There's
this
a picture
option
of Josh
tire?
Berry's car from Coda, and it's got the wiper on it.
What about the tire?
What do we think about the option tire for the All-Star race? And
Well, it's
what about
the-
bringing that?
I like that.
That actually reminds me of, I think it was
something.
It was
2017 or
2019, I think, the last time they did it.
No,
I
I
like
think
that
it was
Goodyear's
2017
trying
or
something.
2018 because they had the green letter tires at the
Yeah,
time.
that was 2017.
I
Yeah,
do like
17
that.
or 18.
I
it
do
was
like
17.
that Goodyear's trying something because we saw that Bristol that
Oh
when the tire
no.
wore.
Oh yeah.
Bristol was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Now,
and
I'm not
it's
saying
it's
that-
apparently
I'm
the
not
same
saying-
tire that was at Bristol is what they were saying, or very similar.
No,
No. They said the soft compound tire is going to be the rain tire, but without the treads on it.
So I feel like the
Same
tire
rubber
maybe should have-
compound.
the tire maybe should have treads because that means it's making less contact with the ground, which means less grip and more sliding on the track and actually having to drive your car. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea for them to actually put treads in the tires in general.
Or they could go back to the old bi-sply tires from back in the day as an option.
Yeah.
I feel like
The-
the issue. I know this is kind of off topic, but I feel like the issue with the road courses and short tracks is just a fundamental car issue that the only way to fix is to just not run the next gen. Like,
Real.
You can
I
add, make it.
disagree.
You can run 1,000 horsepower. You can change the tires and run it at Bristol, and it's not gonna ever be as good at a road course because it's designed for road courses. It's never gonna be as competitive.
I somewhat disagree, but kind of agree. I don't know.
Like
So
50-50.
like Bristol actually was great when the tire was wearing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw
The
that.
whole stage 2 sucked because there was no tire wear.
Right. I don't
Bristol
think
itself
that.
kind of was fun, but sucked at the same time.
Yeah.
It was fun because the tires wore like tire wear was crazy. It was out the window.
It didn't need to be that extreme, but there needs to be more tire wear. And
No,
the tires,
listen.
I'm sorry.
I
the
will.
car,
I think if the Bristol tire lasted 10 to 20 laps more on average, I think I would have been okay with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was.
I
Here's the
think-
thing.
I
I
do
was
think
more than
that
okay with it
they did go
anyway.
a bit far when it comes to with how extreme the tire wear was.
At the end of the day, though, I will take that over the just forever tire that we have everywhere else.
yeah. So
The choo-choo train that we had
what
here
I'm
at Dover.
saying- What
It's-
I'm
yeah.
saying is like, if the main reason that the tire's causing so many problems is because of how wide it is and how much contact it's making with the track, right? And that's causing you to have way more grip. So if they ran a treaded tire, not all the tires touching the ground, right? You know, there's less grip in general.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like if they just ran treaded tires in general, they would have less grip, which is a good thing. The drivers want that. The fans would want that. It's a win-win.
Yep.
Real.
Only people that don't want that is Goodyear.
Because Goodyear is poopy heads.
Because
Goodyear
you don't
sucks.
want to. I'm sorry, but no offense, right? But who the fuck is just buying a whole bunch of Goodyear tires all the time? But like their whole point is like, well, it's bad for a company if tires are blowing all the time, right? But like nobody just all the time just goes down to Goodyear and buys tires.
Right.
Yeah. No.
That's
I mean,
exactly right.
we're not asking for 2008 Indy. Just asking for. We're
No,
asking
nobody
for
wants
this
that
year's
either.
Bristol, just a little bit better, just slightly bit better.
I just want to know.
05 Coke 600.
I just had to say
find the
this now.
reason.
Disaster.
Because I'm 100% certain that they have the resources to figure out why the tire acted the way it did, and they just refuse to.
They just don't because they're not gonna be able
No,
to.
they're not gonna. They
10
know what
gazillion
happened.
dollars.
They just don't want to admit it.
I know.
Exactly.
It's pathetic. It seriously
Goodyear's
is.
such a terrible company to do the tires. Like they're so rigid and they only ever do stuff that never works.
Yeah, it's
Those
just like
tires aren't
the
the issue with
fucking.
the car. You have
It's
to.
just like the other manufacturers that say they want to join the sport, but then want us to run like 400 horsepower, and it's like, really?
Then why are you even bothering trying to get in a NASCAR?
Exactly. Like they say, oh yeah, we would join the sport, but you have to run.
Oh, you have to make the car slow.
430 horsepower, and it's like, what? It's like,
What if
What kind of
Honda
private drug are you
joined?
taking?
Hang on. What if Honda joined and that motivated Dodge to join?
I
I
don't
was gonna
think.
say, what if we had Dodge come back?
Dodge is never
actually,
coming back.
Well, Dodge doesn't even make gasoline vehicles anymore.
actually,
be
they
fair-
do, but they're gonna be because Dodge and Ford and just about every American manufacturer. I think GM's the only exception.
I really wish that all
has
these.
started to implement more and more electric vehicles.
Now-
which
now,
I
I know-
bullshit, but what do I know?
I know this is kind of political, I guess, but like, here, it's not really. But like, I hate the fact that all these companies are like switching to electric vehicles and stuff. And they're
Yep.
like, and they're basically forcing like the average person, like, oh yeah, you need to switch, right? But here's the thing, right? There's some oil tanker or whatever in China, or coal power plants that are producing a buttload of carbon compared to the average person.
Yep.
Us switching to an electric vehicle ain't doing shit.
Nah, and to add to that, I think the electric car charging infrastructure is not ready at all.
No, oh yeah, that's
No, 'cause
another
you
problem.
gotta go and convert every single gas station into a charging station overnight. And when you add electric cars fully, they're gonna have to put a law in place because most people don't have the money to just go out and buy an electric car. They have to say a law in place, like if you have your car before this year, then you're
Oh,
allowed to drive it if it's not
absolutely,
electric. And then so you have to
absolutely.
keep up gas stations too, and then it just becomes a headache.
It,
You know,
it,
I'm just gonna say
being
this now. I just gotta say this now. I feel like NASCAR, they will just never admit that they like screwed up. They're just like they just defend themselves so hard so that like to prove that they're always right and stuff like that. Like
They
Well,
didn't even admit that they
remember
screwed up in not mandating the Hans device. You think they're not? And do you think they're going to admit they screwed up with the next gen car?
No,
they're
they
not
won't.
gonna admit to
they're
anything.
not going to admit it. Like a pretty clear cut and dry example was last year Stephen Phelps was defending the ever living crap out of the playoff system
Yeah.
at like the
I could think of a
postseason press
recent
conference or something
example
like that.
too. The fucking restart at Richmond. Oh my god. Yeah, we saw what he did, but it was like the end of the race, so we let
we
it
don't
slide.
care.
Can't exactly do anything because it's the end of the race.
Yeah,
That's
that was
the dumbest
bullshit.
thing. I don't care who was leading. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Oh, well, our rule applies the first 300 laps, not after 300 though.
yeah.
Alright guys, I'm gonna get off. See y'all later.
You
All right, see
guys.
you guys.
Here's
They
a
kind of just
here's a thing from chat. Would you rather see Chicagoland or Kentucky back on the schedule?
Chicago.
Chicagoland. I'm
okay.
sorry, Matt.
Yeah, I
Chicagoland.
know.
Chicago
I
is a
know.
lot better of racing than
I got
Kentucky
an
ever was. Kentucky was a fucking snooze fest. And then when they repaved the track, it basically turned that track into a grave nap.
Hey, at
I
least
see.
we had a great finish. We had a great finish with the Bush brothers though.
In my
Yeah, I did.
In
opinion,
19, and then that bonsai that Cole Custer did in 2020 to
it,
get his
it,
only career win.
in my
I'm going to
opinion,
be
it doesn't matter what you do to like whatever one you make return. Inevitably, when they get repaved, one of them's going to be worse than the other.
Real.
All right, here's another one. Would you rather
personally,
have Chicagoland or Rockingham?
I say
Rockingham.
Rockingham. Bring the rock back.
the car than Rockingham.
If
Yeah.
you get rid of the Chicago street race, then I can go with Chicagoland.
Sure.
I say if you bring Chicagoland and you could replace Texas with the Rock.
Texas was a
and I'd
good
be
race this
happy.
year. I like Texas this year, just not the amount of yellows.
Let's be
Oh,
real. I think
thank you.
with
Somebody
this
said that they didn't like the amount of
with
cautions. Thank
with
you.
the short track package the way it
that's
is, I think Texas would put on a better show than Rockingham right now.
correct.
How long is Rockingham a mile?
No,
Yeah,
it's
Rockingham-
is it
Rockingham's a little over a mile, I think.
is
Oh,
it
so like
over?
Nashville
I thought
size.
it was under. I thought it was like 7/8 again.
What's up, Rebel the dog?
Let me look,
let-
because I can
yeah.
look. I can look.
I'm actually pretty damn close.
I don't think it's over a mile.
Okay, wait, ladies. I'm gonna get off. I'm tired. I'm not gonna function tomorrow if I don't go to bed early. All right.
All right, we'll see you.
I was gonna say,
That's fun.
for racing reference, Rockingham is 1.017 miles.
So just barely over a mile.
Yeah.
So it's basically a mile.
So some of the mile track. Okay, there's 3 mile tracks, and I guess you can count Nashville too, because Nashville's close.
Well, Nashville's 1 1/3, right? It's the same distance
Yeah,
as
1 1/3.
Darlington.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Gateway is right in that ballpark too.
Well, Gateway is a
Yeah.
mile. They call it the what is
So,
it called? The Magic
if
Mile.
if we look at all
Magic
those
Mile is New
tracks,
Hampshire. Magic Mile is New Hampshire.
so if we look at all those tracks, like objectively, Nashville's pretty good. Darlington's pretty good. I'd say Gateway is slightly above average. Dover is slightly above average. Phoenix is
Bad.
Below average.
it's not great. New Hampshire with this car is not great. New Hampshire had some moments in the Gen 6 car where it actually looked like it was decent again, and then they brought this car and it sucks there.
So I propose replacing New Hampshire with
No,
Pikes Peak.
I don't think we need to replace New Hampshire since it only has one date. There's Richmond with 2 dates. I would rather Richmond lose
That's
a date
true.
before we take a New Hampshire date away.
Well, I'm saying like if we were to get rid of one of these mile range tracks, so Richmond does fall into that, or
I'd take
Richmond
Phoenix
or
the
if we
date away.
wanted
If we're
to
making
just take
Phoenix
a
the
heck of it,
championship, if we're making Phoenix the championship, take away one of its dates. It doesn't
yeah,
have to
Yes.
that's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. Make the spring Phoenix date a date at Pikes Peak International in Colorado Springs. Then it's still West Coast swing esque, plus it adds the factor of elevation. So it'd basically be a mile long not fully restrictor plate because it's not going to have that much of an effect. But 6,000 feet of elevation will do a number to those cars.
Yeah. I also would like to say, like, I know you're talking about like New Hampshire and possibly taking it off. I live up here in the Northeast, and it's basically like one of like 3 tracks that's up here. So it kind of there's not many tracks up here. I mean,
Oh yeah,
there's
somebody
Dover, there's Watkins Glen, and there's New Hampshire.
I live in like upstate New York, and Watkins Glen is the closest track to me. That's 2.5 hours. Pocono is like 5 hours. Dover is like 6, and New Hampshire's like 6.
somebody in somebody in chat, Andrew, is saying that he heard a rumor that Richmond is a state for Montreal, and I think I mean I've heard that too.
Well, I'd be fine with that, but the only problem is adding another road course onto the schedule isn't
Well,
much of an improvement either.
here's what we do. Montreal gets a date, and the Charlotte Roval goes back to the Oval.
Please,
Yes.
I'd be okay with that then if we do that.
That would be an
Fuck
ideal
the Charlotte
situation.
Roval. I hate that track.
You get international racing, and we don't have to put up with the Roval ever again.
And we don't have to
Honestly,
deal with the Richmond date.
this is going to sound like blasphemy from a Jimmy fan, but I kind of like the Roval.
Oh
Same, bro. I like the
Nah,
I hate the Roval. I hate it with a
get
passion.
heartbroken every time they show the 2018 footage, but at the same time, I like how exciting that finish was.
No,
it
I
happened
would.
one time, and the rest of the races have been pretty much terrible, and it's just pile drives into turn 1 like the Indy Road Course.
I'm gonna say
That's
this:
what I
even if Jimmy Johnson had won that race, I would still hate the Roval.
I hate, and it's even worse now that Charlotte's actually good.
Because let me tell you this: if it wasn't the Roval, Jimmy Johnson would have won because he owned Charlotte.
He did.
It's possible.
And he won in 2016 at Charlotte.
Yep. I was gonna go to that race, and I'm so upset that I didn't.
Yeah. So I've not really been a big fan of the Roval in the first place. No, in 2018, that was a good finish. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend like that wasn't good, but
yeah,
in my opinion, the Roval has not produced even close to the same amount of excitement again. The only thing I can think of that is kind of close is Elliott overdrove turn 1 that one time, and then he made his way back through the field.
2020, right?
2019.
2019. 2020, I don't remember much about that race other than the fact that he won. And
No. 2020 was the Harvick versus that was 2021.
And
yeah,
even that,
now
again,
I remember because I showed my college roommate the beef between Harvick and Elliott. I'm like, hey, watch this right before Harvick slammed into the wall.
And here's the other thing though. That rivalry was because of Bristol mainly. That wasn't because of the Charlotte Roval when it started.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the Start Roll in 2021. I didn't watch it.
I was there.
It was actually it wasn't that good of a race outside of the fact that rivalry was happening. It was similar to Gateway in 2022, how it was carried by Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain fooling around on the track.
Here's
Like, if
something.
you objectively remove that from the race would have been boring as shit.
The
What's
harder
up, Egg?
that's so.
Here's something here. I haven't heard anything. Maybe you guys have. Has anybody heard anything on Auto Club?
Nope.
I'm just going to assume.
What are y'all doing, my man?
Oh Lord.
At this point, NASCAR should just sell the rest of the land.
Hang on,
Unfortunately,
did Tech just comment? Oh shoot,
Yeah,
Tech's here.
Tech's here.
I want to tell y'all something.
Bad takes.
This car,
Bad takes incoming.
this car,
Start talking about some
ruined
shit.
Hold on.
NASCAR racing
Hey,
right now.
let him finish. Let him talk.
This car is ruining NASCAR racing, and we need to make changes ASAP. Like yesterday, my guy.
That's the first good take you've had in years.
Now, what would you do?
I
to
agree
fix
with that.
What? I
Alright.
want to hear this part though. What would you do to fix it?
Alright,
Enlighten
here's
us.
the first thing we do. Hey,
You
number
better
one.
not say fuel saving first.
I wasn't even talking about that. Okay, don't get me started. All right, number one, slimmer tires and make them wear out, especially the left side. Make those two wear out. Both sides gotta wear out. Slimmer.
I agree with the slimmer tire, but like in order for them to do that, they have to reconfigure the entire car. Treaded tires are probably the better option right now.
Slimmer tires, you could just slimmer it by 2 inches. Trust me, you don't have to reconfigure much. 2 inches does a lot. Trust me, from 14 to 12.
Oh, no.
How would you know that 2 inches does a lot, Tech?
We do it with the rain tires.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
I'm
so
still
fucking confused.
2 inches, man.
Two
What in
inches
the
does a
hell?
lot. Tech 2024.
Y'all tweaking, my guy. Y'all thinking in the wrong places.
Hey, you opened the door. I just walked into it.
No, don't say it like that. As well.
Well, you said it.
I'm
say it, Tech.
messaging the VC now.
Okay.
You speaking
number
from
two.
experience now, Tech?
Number two, how to fix this car is get rid of the fifth gear and put a 4 sequential gear. Number three, shorten the length of the bumper and increase the height from it from the ground. Like, the bumper should be higher from the ground than it is right now. And plus, get rid of that diffuser. Make it not suspension one. I don't know what kind of old 4-wheel suspension it is. What is it? I don't know what's called. What kind of suspension we have?
Independent front and rear.
Independent suspension. No, we need.
Because the Gen 6, I think it had a trailing arm.
See, your changes though are like basically like get rid of the next gen car and make an entirely new car.
Yeah, that's a tough thing.
I'm saying change the entire. Besides the body, which in my opinion is the best thing about this car because it looks beautiful, doesn't look ugly like the late Gen 6, doesn't look ugly as the Coda car. It looks beautiful and gets people attention because it looks nice.
Tech would have complained about the COT car at this point.
I'm gonna be really annoyed when like the fans like 3 years from now are like, man, I really missed the racing from 2019.
Dude,
I'm gonna
that
be like,
car,
no, you aren't.
2019 looked ugly. Those cars look ugly. They look nothing like race cars. So I say we gotta change most of the interior stuff and add horsepower. Because the thing is, drivers, when they try right now, they're going nowhere. They're not falling back. They're not gaining spots. They're not wrecking. They're doing nothing when they try, and that's what's.
I feel like the tire is where they need to start, and then after that, they need to add a little more horsepower.
Tires, and we should have a test practice at Martinsville.
Plate or spacer or whatever the hell they have. They just need to take the damn thing off. And they just need to let these frickin' motors.
800 horsepower. 800 horsepower.
Just crank.
I would even be down for
what, 670 or something, or 550 or whatever the hell it is.
I don't want to hear nothing about safety because this car
and go right to 800, 900, 1,000 horsepower like it was for a lot of years.
It should be 800 horsepower. I don't want to hear nothing about it. It's unsafety. Every car was unsafe. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Guys, I got a perfect idea.
Give us 750 horsepower. That's the only change I need.
No, give us
Literally, the
800, my guy.
manufacturers are
800, damn it.
saying.
8 or 900 or 850 or
Okay,
something.
I've
The
heard
manufacturers don't care. Two of the manufacturers already said they're willing
Yeah,
to increase more stars. The only guy who
Chevy's the
hasn't
only
said shit
one,
is
right?
Ford.
Chevy's the
Ford is
only
the only
one
guy
who
that
has
hasn't said.
Ford
The
said it.
only reason I'm saying 750 instead of 800 is
Ford said it?
because
Shit.
that way
Yeah,
we're
Ford said
still
it.
a little bit lower. That way we could still attract a new OEM if that's truly the reason
Okay,
they're
here's the
keeping the
thing.
horsepower low.
If we want to attract,
Ford
you
and
know how we
Toyota
can
already
attract the new
confirmed.
OEM?
know
If
what
we're
they're-
the best racing sport. And how can we be the best racing sport if the drivers can't race?
I know. Go back to Japan, like exhibition, like racing different countries.
It's not gonna gain us new views. It's gonna make us lose views.
We don't need any more road courses.
We need to increase our viewership, and no one is willing to watch if the drivers aren't trying, because we ain't getting the action we want. Ooh, this Dover race made me fall asleep. I had eight.
That's a
I had
bigger issue than what you're saying. It's marketing. Marketing is the issue when you're
Marketing
talking
can
about
help.
Marketing has gone to shit.
When Chase
marketing.
Elliott is your most popular driver, that's sad.
Guys,
Their marketing is just repeating the same commercial week after week and just replacing the end card.
I'm not the only one that noticed that Bush.
Am
I the only one that noticed that Bush wife was like?
It's New Hampshire. The same fucking bullshit every damn week. It's retarded. It sucks. Change it.
I gotta
Make
say,
it more unique.
every time
I remember a
I
freaking
don't.
one with Jeff Gordon and like Britney Spears or something for a Pepsi 400 at Daytona.
Ooh,
What did you rate
to like a Coca-Cola 400?
No, Pepsi 400 at Daytona. When I was the
what do you
Fourth of
give
July
it?
I
weekend.
want to say something. The
We
next
need more
gen
drivers
had
in commercials
fooled
again.
us.
Yes,
The next gen fooled us in 2022. That's all I say. The next gen fooled us for thinking we had tight racing. We would have multiple people losing. Because remember in racing and like even in that like auto club, oh no, driver would lose it because they were trying too much. Oh well, they can come back again. You know,
That
it was
not it.
2022.
Tech, that was
2022 gave us.
Guys,
Tech, that was because teams didn't know how to run the car yet. No offense. That's what happened
Exactly.
in 2022.
People they didn't know the car, so they didn't know the limits.
Knew how to run the damn thing. It was a brand
Hold on,
new
here's the thing.
car.
Oh, let me
First
speak.
couple of races on the
Tech,
thing.
the moment you put these changes in place, the drivers are going to get used to it again, and they're going to be running right below that safety threshold
Let me
again.
speak.
You're going to run
Let me
into
speak.
the exact
Let me
same
speak. Let me
issue.
speak. Because I can counter that. I can counter that perfect.
I got a perfect idea. Go to like cities. Like cities they never raced that before.
No.
That's not gonna do
What is
anything.
I just need to say this. So 2022, no one knew the limits. So drivers would push it. Drivers didn't know what to increase, what to do with them. People were wrecking. People were trying. People were losing. When they raced,
people were getting hurt.
Anything could happen.
Guys.
Okay, but what are your
That's
thoughts on
NASCAR's
fuel
fault.
saving?
But to be honest, though, like name a car that people didn't get hurt in. Name a stock car that no one got hurt in.
COT.
Well, to be fair, Cameron, we've kind of went past the Wurth the Dover recap. We've been past that for a bit.
No matter how safe you make the
I'm
race
saying,
car, though,
this
if someone
race
goes
was
head
supposed
first
to
into the
be
cut
good,
front, they're dead.
but it wasn't
sorry.
because drivers couldn't race, and that sucked. I had 8 onboards today, and all of them were riding around in the same place.
Guys, perfect idea.
It's ridiculous.
Guys,
Tech's just salty because I'm gaining on him in fantasy.
Guys,
I got an amazing idea. We
What's your
should take
idea?
NASCAR and push it somewhere else.
Can we let them talk?
Guys, I got a perfect idea. Race the road courses backwards.
No.
No. It's not going to help.
4 seconds.
You know what we should do? We should take all of NASCAR's problems and push it somewhere else.
I was gonna say that.
All right.
This is what I'm saying. Racing
Here.
at Dover,
especially for the super speedways, take half the field, run in one direction, take half the field, run the opposite direction. Does anybody
Alright.
know that quote from Tony Stewart?
All right,
Yeah.
y'all. I'm gonna
You
cut.
haven't watched it for a while.
Hang tight.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
guys,
gonna.
let Matt talk,
Hey,
please.
yeah, I'm gonna cut stream here. So I'm gonna leave the Discord real quick, cut stream, and then I'll be back.
All right.
Alright,
I'm just saying
second.
that we.
All right, y'all. How do we do this? There we go. Thanks everybody for stopping in. I know, Cameron, we started with the recap and the thumbnail is wrong. I get that. So we didn't have a whole lot of time to get things ready to go, but you know, it was fun. It was chill. You guys saw how bad I am at Halo, so that's fun. But thanks everybody for stopping in. We will have an upload on Friday. It is going to be Team History Chip Ganassi, so strap in for that one. And then we will also be re-uploading Darkseid's video. He had an audio issue. A lot of you guys let me know about it. So we're going to re-upload that one, get it ready to go, and it'll be out. Appreciate everybody for stopping in. Thank you guys so much. You've been watching the Dogleg Media Wurth 400 recap stream. Till next time, guys, I'll see you.